Hello everyone and welcome back to the next installment of our 9.1 raid guides. This is Crzypck from Complexity Limit, and today we're going to show you how to kill the Guardian of the First Ones in the Sanctum of Domination on Heroic mode. The Guardian of the First Ones is a single phase encounter that gives off strong Sludgefist 2.0 vibes. It's the kind of encounter that's built around having a DPS check with just enough other mechanics to keep it interesting and fun for the duration of the encounter. First and foremost, the boss has an energy bar. When his energy reaches 0, he starts casting Purging Protocol, which deals heavy raid damage and increases in power with each subsequent cast. You can really only survive 2 casts without raid cooldowns and maybe up to 4 with heavy raid-wide damage reduction cooldowns being used as your raid gets pretty geared up throughout 9.1. Fortunately, Blizzard gave you a way to regenerate the boss's energy. There's 3 energy core pillars around the room. When the boss is close to a core, they'll link, which increases the boss's energy. When the boss is linked to a core, the core itself will do massive ticking damage to the entire raid. There's a small circle that'll form around the core, and standing in that circle reduces the ticking damage down to a level where it's survivable. When the core runs out of energy, it'll explode, and the whole raid needs to run away from it, or you go splat. As for the Guardian itself, there's a few mechanics that you'll need to watch out for. Disintegration will shoot a line at a random player, dealing a chunk of damage, stunning, and applying a dot to anybody hit. Please don't get hit by the super obvious line of death. Threat Neutralization will put a circle around 3 people and then explode after a few seconds, dealing mild damage to anybody hit. This ability can and will be cast while the boss is soaking one of the energy cores and while you're standing in that tiny little safe circle, which gets really spicy. When this happens, the raid will need to be stacked tightly on one edge of the safe circle. The 3 people that get threat neutralization will need to spread out along the rest of the circle, making sure nobody is overlapping. Elimination Pattern is a tank combo with 2 abilities. Sunder deals a chunk of physical damage to the tank and anyone within 6 yards of the tank, and increases damage taken by subsequent Sunder casts by 300% for 20 seconds. Obliterate deals a chunk of physical damage on the tank, and then also a very large amount of arcane damage split equally between everybody within 6 yards of the tank. Everyone hit by Obliterate will take 500% increased damage from subsequent Obliterates for 12 seconds. These are always cast in a set order. Sunder, then Obliterate, then a second Obliterate, then another Sunder. You'll need your first tank to tank the first Sunder and the first Obliterate. Then the tanks will swap, and the second tank will hold the second Obliterate and the second Sunder. The rest of the raid should be split into 2 groups, with the first group soaking the first Obliterate, and the remaining players all helping soak the second Obliterate. The last mechanic to deal with here is Form Sentry, which creates a little floating orb that'll move around the room sort of randomly with a small circle on the ground underneath them. These seem to be attracted to players and will alter their path to move towards your raid. Anyone that the circle touches takes a little bit of damage and is pacified for 2 seconds. The orb itself will continually shoot little missiles at people for as long as it's active, dealing small bits of damage. Honestly, these are more of a nuisance than a danger. The whole basis of this fight is the boss's energy and the energy cores. You'll have to min-max time with the boss not linked to any of the cores, with his energy just ticking down, and decide how many Purging Protocol casts you can handle as a raid. The more casts you allow to go off, the longer you can have the fight last, which could be very important depending on your raid's DPS. The soft enrage on this fight is the boss running out of energy cores and then running out of energy again, which would be the 4th time. At that point, he'll just cast Purging Protocol back to back until either you die or he dies. To that end, we recommend using Bloodlust on pull, as that's when you'll get the most value out of it. We also recommend letting the boss cast Purging Protocol twice each time he runs out of energy, then moving him to an energy core as he's casting Purging Protocol for the 3rd time. Him getting linked to that energy core will interrupt this 3rd cast, so it won't go off and kill your raid. Keep yourselves alive, don't get hit by bad things, make sure you soak the Obliterates properly, pump damage, and put down this malfunctioning robot. If you enjoyed this guide, remember to like it and make sure you're subscribed to the channel to catch all of our previews, guides, kill videos, and more. From the team here at Complexity Limit, have a great day and we'll see you next time.